Right, we are live here. We are live here on our Seattle Mariners franchise. We are about to start a three-game homestand against the Kansas City Royals. Our last stream, we finished up our we finished up the month of April. We finished up a three-game road trip against Minnesota. We took two out of three, winning an incredible late inning, extra inning game against Minnesota, 5-4. We also discussed. I also covered the. Uh, sorry, my brain is. Also covered league leaders for every category. Went over the top 50, went through the top 50 prospect list, talked about where some of the top 50 prospects were, then also covered our top 50 prospects, and because I hadn't actually looked, I wanted to know who had the top rated farm system. Turns out it was the Pittsburgh Pirates. Went over some of their stuff, and here we are. So we got a three-game. So we've got a six-game homestand coming up. We've got three against the Royals and three against the Braves. Currently, I am going to start the three-game homestand against the Royals, and then depending on where I'm at we might go ahead and get the three games in with the Braves. That's my plan. My plan is I'm going to try and get all six games in on this stream. We'll see how well that works. So let's go ahead and get into it. Game number one, Michael Wacha will face Luis Castillo. Castillo will be looking for his third win on the year, while Wacha will also be looking for his third win of the year. This game I'm gonna jump into, and we're gonna get started. We're just gonna jump in and play it. We're wearing the City Connect uniforms against the Royals, who are sitting in dead last in the American League Central at 11-20. So let's get into it. It's gonna be Castillo versus Wacha at T-Mobile Park. And let's get into this game. And let's see what happens. And it's game number one of three against the Kansas City Royals.
From
about
the
to
home
start.
of the Mariners since 1999, T-Mobile Park here in Seattle. Major League Baseball on tap. It's the Kansas City Royals taking on the Seattle Mariners.
Oh.
With my partner Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. Biggest story in this one is just how dominant his pitching has been, Singy. He's been in complete control in recent starts.
So much confidence on the bump, Boog. Painting corners, changing speeds. He's been an absolute nightmare for would-be hitters.
All right, so we're going to get started.
And we'll be
Game
back for the
one
first
here
pitch right after this.
at home. Mariners will take the field first as Castillo
Our starting pitcher in this one
will be making
Luis
his
Castillo.
seventh start.
What's
He
the
is
word
2-1, 42 and a third inning pitched, 2.61 ERA, 39 strikeouts with a 23.1 strikeout rate, 4.1 walkout rate. Like I said, he will be making his seventh start tonight as Michael Garcia steps in to be the first victim. And Castillo opens it with a fastball for a strike. Mariners 18-14, first in the AL West.
Now the 0-1.
That one gets
Castillo
away. That's a
was
ball.
a workhorse the last time out, throwing a complete game.
Low outside.
Castillo, they just mentioned.
That misses the zone, and
Yeah,
it's
that
2-1.
one missed.
I
2-1.
love watching him throw that complete game, Boog. Just not that common anymore. Think about this. In the 21st century, only 2 pitchers have had a season with 10 complete games. In 1998 alone, 3 different pitchers did it. He showed some rare stamina.
And that one is popped into foul territory. Naylor going to come over, make the catch, and that's going to be out number 1.
And here now, the lineup for the Royals.
So Bobby
And
Witt
one to
Jr.
watch,
will
of
be
course,
next.
their
Vinny
three-hole
Pasquantino,
Pasquantino.
Yeah,
will
definitely
be up after
someone
that.
I always
Salvador
enjoy.
Perez,
You
Mike
wanna get a
Massey,
chance to watch
Sterling
him, whether
Marte,
he's
Kyle
hitting a
Isbell,
game
Jonathan
or even
India,
taking swings during
and
batting
Nick
practice. Man, this
Lofton.
guy is always so focused on what he's doing
That
on that
is
task
their
at hand. He's
lineup.
got so much attention to detail.
With a
that
2-time
when he steps
Silver
in the
Slugger
box,
back in
his success
24
rate
and
is really
25.
high.
Outside.
And that one
And that
is
one
hit
finds its
through
way
the
through.
infield.
So a man aboard now with one away.
And Witt is on first with 1 out.
Batting third, the first baseman, number 9, Vinny Pasquantino.
So up next, Vinny Pasquantino. 4th right now in the American League home run
Pasquantino.
leaderboard.
That's a ball. That one
You
misses
have to be
for a
creative
ball.
pitching against bad ball hitters. You got to add some
Sinker.
velocity, subtract
Low
at times.
inside.
Just avoiding the heart of the plate isn't always going to be enough. Guys
And
like
that
this
one
can hurt you with
is
pitches you
hit
wouldn't
into
expect
foul
them to swing at.
territory. Donovan comes
Has
over,
room,
makes
and he
the
makes
catch, and that's out number 2.
Batting fourth, the catcher, number 13, Salvador Perez.
The Royals are coming off of being swept by the A's.
Salvi steps
Four-seam
into the
fastball.
box now.
High inside.
Salvador Perez is next. He watches that one for a strike. Perez hitting .211 on the gear. He's a 5-time
Four-seam
Silver
fastball.
Slugger with his
High
most
middle.
recent one in 2024.
And the 0-1. Runner takes off.
And
swing
they're going
and a
to let
miss.
Witt
No
still
throw,
second
safe at
because
second.
he ain't going to catch him. That's his 9th stolen base on the gear.
Four-seam fastball. Middle inside.
Plus, we've got Perez on
Man
an
at
0-2
second.
count.
Hacks
And
it,
Perez
misses. It's a
strikes
strikeout.
out. We're going to the bottom of the
So now
first.
the Mariners
Mariners
offense gets to
will
go to
take
work for the
their
first time.
take their
We've got no
bats
score.
as
You're watching
Crawford,
Major League
Raleigh,
Baseball on
and
the show.
Donovan will start it off for the Mariners here in Seattle.
Back in Seattle.
They will face
and on the mound for
Michael
Kansas City
Waka.
in this one, Michael Waka.
Michael Waka
And Siggy,
making his
we were
7th
talking
appearance.
earlier
He's
about how
2-3,
doing a
4.78
great job
ERA,
navigating through tough
150
spots.
whip, 20
I've just been so
strikeouts.
impressed with
That's a
when it
low
seems like
number.
there's more pressure. He's
J.P.
more
Crawford
calm
is
and
the
settles
dish.
in. He's done
He's
an
hitting
incredible job with
265.
runners in scoring position. Most guys, they get a little tight, they start to aim the baseball, but for some reason, he gets looser, the ball comes out of
And
his hand with
Crawford
more life,
hits
and
that
he's
one
able
foul.
to wiggle off the hook of
Crawford,
tough
21,
situations and get his team back
24
in the
runs
dugout.
scored. He's tied for second
Here comes the 0-1.
in the AL.
On the
And that
ground,
one
right
is hit on the
side.
ground to first. That one will
Pasquantino takes it
be
to
an
the
out.
bag. One gone, bottom half of the first.
Batting
And now we check out the Mariners
We
lineup.
got Cal Raleigh
With an
coming up
excellent
next.
arm on the
Brendan
mound,
Donovan,
Singy, this
Dominic
won't be
Canzone,
easy.
Julio
They'll need to
Rodriguez,
take
Naylor,
advantage of the opportunities that they
Rev
do
Schneider,
have.
You're
Rosarena,
right about that,
and
Boog.
Master
Odds
Boney,
are they won't have
Cole
many
Young,
chances
Victor
against this
Robles,
guy, but
Mitch
if they can
Garver,
rattle him out
Andrew
of the gates,
Kisner, and
they'll have a
Leo
shot. If not,
Rivas
look out.
are
It
on the
might be a
bench.
long day for this offense.
Cal Raleigh, a Gold Glover back in 24.
Swing and a
Raleigh,
foul. And it
that was a
goes
good swing,
just
but
foul.
that was tad early.
Ball one.
That one's up and in for a ball. Royals, of course, are 11 and 20, 4.5 back in the wild card. And that one is fouled off. Count is 1-2. And
Can't
that
blow
one
it
is hit on the
cleanly.
ground to first.
And they get the out. Good
Pasquantino
recovery. Wasn't easy following the miss.
recovers, makes the tag at first, and that's 2 outs.
Donovan.
Here's the third
Brendan
baseman,
Donovan is
Brendan
up.
Donovan.
He's hitting .306 on the year.
Swing,
And
a little
Donovan
roller
hits that
right
one to
side.
first, and
He takes
that's
it
going to be
himself
out
to the
number
bag,
3.
and that'll do it. Scoreless
So,
after 1.
1 inning in the books. Only 1 hit. That was by the Royals. Second inning is upcoming here in Seattle.
Back at T-Mobile Park, second inning set to go. Michael Massey steps in for the Royals.
High outside.
Michael Massey is coming to the plate.
Foul ball
And
there.
that one is fouled off.
Massey starting up the middle at second. Made his big league
Massey,
debut when he was
a
23
former
years old. And he was
2019
drafted in the
pick in the
fourth
fourth
round
round.
back in 2019. That one
That
fouled
one
off.
is fouled off. Count goes to 0-2.
Four-seam fastball. High outside.
Swing
That
and a
one
miss.
swung
Struck
on a
him
miss.
out, and that's
Massey
the first out.
goes down
Well,
on
he's got great
strikes.
strikeout stuff on the mound, doesn't he? I mean, double-digit strikeouts in his last start, and he's just racking them up
Vulcan
again in this
change.
one. This guy can
Low
really
middle.
dominate a game out there. Not a fun assignment for any lineup.
Here's Starling Marte. And first offering
That
is
one's
fouled,
fouled
off.
off. Marte hitting 173 with 1 homer and 3 RBIs. A
Four-seam
496
fastball. High
OPS.
inside.
Swings
That
through that
one
one
swung
for
on a
strike
miss.
2.
James
Marte
Kingsley
was
working
0
the
for
plate.
4 with
Kingsley's
a
pretty well
K
respected
in
around
the
the
last
league.
game.
Yeah, when you talk to players, I think consistently
Four-seam fastball.
he is one of the guys you hear
Outside.
compliments about. Players appreciate the job he does back there.
Yeah, and that's kind of all you can ask for. Really.
That
Just
one's
a
in,
fair
strike
chance to go out and
3.
have success.
So 2
Well,
quick
just couldn't
outs.
pull the trigger on the fastball right there. And I don't think
that
he was
was
taking it,
Castillo's
thinking
third
it might
K of
be
the
a
day.
called ball or anything. I just think he
Kyle
was flat out frozen.
Isbell
Did not expect that location, in my opinion.
is up next.
And now it's Kyle Isbell.
That's a ball.
And the Falcon Chains misses for a ball. Isbell hitting 281, 746 OPS, 1 homer, and 12
Four-seam fastball.
RBIs.
High inside.
2 down, nobody on.
That one's over. Strike 2.
Vulcan
Isbell
change.
1 for 4
Low
last
outside.
game with the single.
Just
Ball,
missed.
that's out.
And that one just missed for a ball.
Four-seam
Second
fastball.
inning here, no
Low
score.
Outside.
That
Line
one
drive,
is
and
hit
that
the
should be extra
left.
bases.
That's going to be
And
down.
That's going to get into the corner.
And that's going to get into the corner for
Safely
extra
into second. He's
bases.
got a double.
Isbell is going to get the second
Well,
and
patience
keep the
discipline
inning
paid
moving
off right
as he
there as
gets
got
his
into an
8th
advantage
double
count.
on
Runner
the
in scoring
game.
position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the
And
ball.
Jonathan India will come to the plate.
Jonathan India at the plate.
Middle inside.
Well, the best way to shake off yesterday's struggles is to get on the board early. They've got a guy in scoring position. They've got to find a way here to get him in.
That one's in for a strike. India hitting 250 with 1 RBI, a 603 OPS.
Slider. Low outside.
Man on second, 2 down. Up the
And
middle.
that one is
That's
hit
a
up the
base
middle,
hit.
through
Rounds
for a
third,
base
heads to the
hit.
plate. He scores
He's
and they
going to
have the
score.
lead. It's an
And Kansas
RBI
City
single,
takes the lead
1-0.
with the RBI
Mission
single.
accomplished there as he picks up the RBI to give him the lead. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Here's the
Four-seam
left
fastball.
fielder, Nick
High
Lofton.
inside.
Not getting the results he's wanted at the plate recently. Only 2 hits
Lofton
over the last
fouls
5
that one
games.
off. He is 263 on the year, 2 homers, 18 RBIs with a 711 OPS.
Four-seam fastball. Low outside.
Here comes the 0-1. Here's a high
That one
chopper.
is hit on the
Donovan.
ground at third. Donovan
In plenty of time to
tosses
first,
it to first.
and
That
ends the
is
inning.
third out. Royals take an early 1-0 lead off of this Jonathan India single, as the Mariners will look to
We head to the bottom of the second.
Rebound.
So now it's
Dominic
the Mariner
Canzone
cleanup hitter.
leading it
Dominic
off.
Canzone.
He's hitting 184 on the year. Canzone hits that one to first, and that will be out
Pasquantino
number
steps
one.
on the bag. One pitch and one out.
The center fielder, number 44, Julio.
Jordan Alvarez and Alec
And now it's
Burleson were
Julio
named
Rodriguez.
Players of the Month for the
He is
April.
quite an athlete. I mean, you look around
Max
the other
Fried
sports,
and Chris
basketball,
Sale were named
football,
Pitchers
you
of
feel
the
like
Month
he could
for
thrive
the
in
month
one
of
of those
April.
sports too.
And
On a line, base hit.
Julio gets this one up the middle into center.
And the tying run is
Carson
on base.
Williams, Mitch Jebb were named
Didn't try to do too
April
much with it, just to really
Rookies of the
control
Month.
simple swing. We don't see a whole lot of that these days with hitters trying to launch and hit home runs. But
Rodriguez
sometimes you got to shorten up just like that.
launched
And now
that
a
one
chance to
into
maybe
center
get
for a
creative on
single.
offense with
We
good
got an
speed
out.
on first.
got great speed
Here's
at
Josh
first.
Naylor.
Naylor
Swing and a high fly
nails
ball,
that
well
one.
struck. Carrying well.
And
He brought it back.
wow! He
Almost a
caught
two-run
that
homer
one.
right there, but an excellent job getting
I-
up, reaching up, and
Wow.
bringing it back. Heartbreaker for the
I
guy.
gotta see this. Damn, that was... Wow, that was interesting.
Here's the veteran outfielder,
Damn.
Ref Snyder. Timeout asked for and given at the plate now.
Ref Snyder at the dish. He's hitting 211 on the year. I got no words for that. Oh, Ref Snyder
That's got a
blast
chance.
this one.
And that
It is
one
down
off
for
the wall.
extra bases.
Here's
Rodriguez is
trying
going to come
score.
around. He's going to score, tying the game at one. So Ref Snyder drills an RBI double, just shoots it into the left center gap.
Making the turn at first. Just an excellent swing.
And we are all tied at one after we saw what could have been a two-run homer.
Yeah. Now it's Randy
And Ref
Arozarena.
Snyder
He was 1 for
answers
4 back
and
on
answers
Wednesday.
well. Rosarena
In
hits
left
this one
field.
into the left field.
Brings it in
And
with a nice
it's
run
caught
and
on the
grab.
run.
And that is that.
2 innings in the
RBI
books.
double for
Ref
the
Snyder
Ends. All even
ties the
now,
game at
1-1.
one with this hit, as we are all tied at one going into inning number 3.
Back in Seattle, new inning getting started. Michael Garcia steps in for the Royals.
Slider. Middle outside.
And a swing and a miss.
Swing
There's that
and a miss.
slider.
Four-seam fastball. High inside.
Garcia has spent his whole 5-year
Far
career
off
here
foul.
in Kansas City.
Four-seam fastball. Middle inside.
And he hits a
And
ground
that
ball
one's
right
hit on the ground to
side.
Naylor. Naylor
Naylor
picks it up.
takes it himself.
Tag
Leadoff
the
hitter
bag,
gone in the
and
third.
Number 7,
we get an out.
shortstop,
Rangers beat the Tigers 3-2.
Here's Bobby Witt
DeGrom
Jr.
with his
1
fifth
for
win.
1 with
Flaherty,
single
a
so
loss.
Four-seam fastball.
DeGrom went 7
You know,
innings.
Boog, this is a player with some serious speed. In 2023, he became the first player in 20 years to record 2 infield hits
Ooh, that
and an
one's
inside the park
inside.
this run in the same game.
His stolen base numbers this
Astros
season are good
defeating
enough
the
to
Red
put him
Sox
top 5
3-1
in
in the
baseball,
eighth.
Siggy.
Sinker.
With another scorching run of play lately. And that is
That
cut
one
on
swung
and
on
missed.
and missed.
And the count even at 1.
We've gotten used to seeing him put together impressive stretches throughout his career, Boog. When he's going
And
like he
he's
is
going to
right
hit
now,
that
it's
one
really
in the
fun to watch.
left.
And, a
And
couple
that
of
one's
quick
caught.
outs.
Ref Snyder for out number 2. So we got 2 outs here in the top of the third as
the first
Whit
Vinny
goes back
Pasquantino
to the
getting
bench.
ready to hit. 0 for
And
1
Vinny
so far.
Pasquantino is up.
Low outside.
Nope, that's a ball.
Last 10 games, Pasquantino has
Four-seam
8
fastball.
RBIs.
Low inside.
2 down, nobody on.
He's just
That
missing
one
with
missed
some
for a
pitches
ball.
I mean, they're not
Count goes
strikes.
2-0.
That's what you think. Oh, good
High
pitch is a
inside.
strike, but So many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last 2 pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even
That
better
one.
takes.
2-1.
Low middle.
Sliced hard,
And that
but
one fouled off,
down
even
the
in the
left
count
side.
at 2.
Four-seam fastball. High inside.
So here comes the 2-2 pitch from Castillo.
That one
That's ball
missed.
3.
Oh, that one
Really
missed.
good take,
3 and
especially
2.
with 2 strikes.
Salvador Perez would be next.
Four-seam fastball. High outside.
Payoff pitch. Keeps the
And
at-bat going with a foul
Pasquantino
ball.
fouled that one off.
Four-seam fastball. High inside.
3-2 on the way. Gets a piece.
And another
it stays
foul ball.
alive.
Sinker. Low middle.
Popped up.
And this one is popped up. Riley will make a play on this, and that will be out number 3. So we'll go to the bottom of the 3rd,
Ball
all
half of the
tied
third
at
coming
1.
up. Tied at 1.
As we see Pasquantino getting under that one for the final out.
Bottom of the inning. And now for Seattle, Miles Mastrobuoni.
Miles Mastrobuoni is up. He's hitting .242 on the year. And he pops that into foul territory. Perez makes the play, and that is the first out.
Number 3, shortstop J.P. Crawford.
J.P. Crawford
Back
is
to the
next.
top of the
He's
Seattle
0
order.
for 1.
J.P. Crawford, the next to hit. He's 0 for 1.
Crawdaddy.
Lined
Ooh,
into
Crawford
right.
got a hold of that one, but he
Marte
lined it
takes it in
right
for
to
the
Marte for out number 2.
He was all over that
Cal
fastball
Raleigh
right there. I tell you what,
is
if
up.
he gets under it just by a fraction of an inch or a little bit more, that's way back.
Raleigh at the plate now as he chases after that one.
Raleigh won a Silver Slugger back last year.
On the ground,
And
right
he
side.
hit that one
And
on the
that
ground
one
at second.
handled.
On the outfield
Fires
grass, he
over to
makes the
first.
throw,
3 up,
and
3
3
down,
innings
inning
in the
over.
books.
With 3 complete.
Still tied at 1.
1 apiece. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league.
Salvador.
So the Reds sweep the series with the Rockies, scoring 7 runs a game. They had 4 home runs in the series. Christian Walker broke out of a 2 for 25 slump against the Orioles with 2 hits. Not bad.
Four-seam fastball. Low inside.
This is Salvador Perez at the dish. Perez
The other way.
lines that one to right. That one's
And
going to
it
get
stays
down, and that's
fair.
going to be extra bases.
Around first and hustling for second.
As
And
Perez
he's going to get to
will
second with
get
nobody
the second.
out.
Oh, at the opening double, his
Really
6th of
stayed
the game.
inside that baseball to send it to the opposite field. With the shift onto the pull side, that's an easy knock if you'll take it.
Yep.
Go ahead, run on base. Michael Massey steps in for the Royals.
Michael Massey is up.
Nope.
He watches that one for a ball. Massey was called out on strikes his first time up.
Four-seam fastball. High middle.
Massey fouls that one off. Count is 1-1.
Runner at scoring position, nobody out. Top half of inning number 4. And that's in there at the knees first.
Oh, that one's called a strike.
High outside.
I thought that one was going to be a ball.
Goes down.
And he
looking for the
sees that one.
Not
So he
what
goes
you're
down
looking
for
after
his
the
second
leadoff
K.
double. A strikeout, and there's one away.
Well, Massey goes down on
Marte
strikes.
up to him.
Marte is
Struck
up
out
next.
looking his
He
first time.
struck out too.
So RBI spot, but Chris, this is a guy that is not really swinging the bat all that well here.
In this situation, you have a real good opportunity to
over
get swings
for
and misses and record a strikeout. I think you attack him in this spot.
Marte hitting
Man at
154 with
second.
runners in scoring position.
Ground ball to the right
And
side.
that one
And
is
that's a
going
base hit.
to be a hit. And we're going to have runners at the corners with 1 out.
Up next to the board.
Just a simple
As
ground ball
Kyle
the other way.
Isbell
Had eyes
is up
on it, man.
next.
Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole.
Digging
Isbell
in.
fouls that one
Isbell.
off.
First and third, 1 down.
Outside.
A little bit high.
One's high.
This is a
Ball
situation where
Isbell.
the hitter is looking for
Yeah,
something
we-
up in
we
the
talked
zone that he
about
can
that
get his
already.
arms extended. What you have to be careful of is that pitch that's up, that's in on your hands. That'll pop you up
Isbell
in the
foul
end. That's
that
exactly
one
what
away.
the pitcher
Count
wants.
is 1
At
and
the
2.
dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boog.
And he
Ball
hits
could be
that
2.
one on the
To
ground.
second for 1.
And
They get
hitting
2.
inning double play as they go around the horn.
Pitcher's best friend right there. Double play, gets out of the jam, saves some pitches.
Hits it right to Donovan. Donovan chunks it to second. And then Masterboni throws it to Naylor at first, and they get the double play. So they get out of here, even with a couple of
Bottom
hits by the
fourth,
Royals.
Stepping in for the Mariners,
As Brendan Donovan is up.
Donovan.
Donovan grounded out in his first appearance. He's looking to do a little bit better than that.
Ground
He
ball right
got a hold of that
side,
one,
Massey.
but it's right to
The throw
Massey,
to
and
first.
that will be
1 pitch and 1
out
out.
number 2.
Next for the Mariners. The
Or
right
out
fielder,
number 1, I'm sorry.
8, Dominic.
Now it's the right fielder,
Dominic Canzone is up.
Canzone.
He's 0 for 1 so far. Canzone fouls that one
left
off.
side.
Canzone went 1 for 3 in the last game with a double. And that one's fouled off. Count goes 0
All
and
tied
2.
up. We're here in the bottom of the 4th.
Canzone gets a hold of that one, lines it into
Brings
right,
it in. 2
but
away.
Marte makes the catch.
Up next
That will
for the
be
Mariners,
out number 2.
the center fielder, number 44. Julio.
Now here is Julio Rodriguez.
Julio
1 for 1
Rodriguez
with a
is up.
single and a run scored so far.
Ball, that's high.
That one's up for a ball. Rodriguez 2 for 5 with an RBI in the last game versus the Twins.
2 balls,
Ball,
no
that's
strikes
outside.
to count.
Misses 2 and 0.
Hey.
That one's over for a strike. Count goes to 2 and 1.
This
And
one in the
Julio
near center
got a hold of that
field.
one, blasted it to
Under
center,
it.
but it will be caught
And
by
that is
Isbell. And 4 innings in the
No
books.
runs, no
Score
hits,
is
no
still
errors.
tied
On
at
to the
1.
top of the 5th we go. All tied 1-1.
As India, Lofton, and Garcia will come to the plate for the start the 5th inning.
Back at T-Mobile Park.
Off for the Warriors,
An impressive
the
outing
designated
so
hitter.
far.
Castillo,
Picking up right where
Through
he
4
left
innings,
off.
is throwing
Yeah, he's
50
pitching with
pitches.
feel
He's
right
given
now,
up a
Boog.
hit,
You can
a
see
run,
it in the way he's
struck out
navigating this lineup.
4. He's given up 5. I'm sorry, he's given up 5 hits, so with 1 run on 50 pitches at this point.
Four-seam fastball. High outside.
India leading things
And that
off.
one's
A
over
pitch to
for a
strike.
strike.
Well, these Royals being a little too patient at the plate in this game. Sometimes it's a good thing, but today they're continuing to fall behind in the count, and that's
That
adding a
one's
ton of
0-2.
pressure to their offense.
Low outside.
Here's the 0-2. To the right
And
side.
that one's hit the nailer.
Naylor
He'll take it
takes
to the bag.
And the leadoff hitter
And
retired
that's
in the
out
5th.
number 1.
And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one.
Castillo relying heavily on that fastball. He's also mixed
Nick
in the
Lofton
slider and
steps
the
in for the Royals.
sinker a little bit.
Four-seam fastball. High outside.
Lofton
And that is out of
fouls
play.
that one off.
Lofton, in his second season, 27 years old, and he was a second-round pick in 2020. To the right
And
side.
he hits that
And
one
it
on the
finds
ground.
its
It's
way through
going
for
to
a
make
hit.
it through the
So
infield
now
for a
back
hit.
to the top of the order.
We got one out, one
Well, the
on,
last 10 games or
and
so
we
have
got a
been
tie
anything
game.
but fun at the plate for him, so that one has to feel good. Not much to this
Lofton
one other than
just
just a willingness to
sent
go
that
the other
one
way
right
and put
through
the
the
ball in
infield,
play. That's a
and
team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
Here we go.
So digging
Garcia.
in, Michael Garcia.
Four-seam fastball. High outside.
There goes the runner. That's a bullet, but it goes foul.
And that one is foul.
Four-seam fastball. High outside.
Okay.
0-1 down. Pitch out, but no action.
Oh, okay. All right.
Four-seam fastball. High middle.
He thought about
Ball
it.
to strike.
Ooh, that one's over. 1-2 count. Garcia.
Four-seam fastball. High outside.
Foul
And
ball
that
left
one
side. He'll see
is hit
another.
foul. And we'll see another
Vulcan
pitch.
change. Low inside.
And a ball and 2 strikes. That one missed.
Ooh, that one
Recognize
dropped.
that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
Slider.
2-2.
Middle outside.
And a foul
And
ball.
that
He
one's
stays alive.
fouled off.
Four-seam
One
fastball.
away, tie game, go ahead run, stands at first. And we're at the top of the 5th.
And another foul ball.
Slider. Middle outside.
Here's the 2-2. Just misses the mark outside the zone.
He was actually paying attention on that one.
Four-seam
Ninth
fastball.
pitch of the at-bat due next. In the air,
He's
right
going to hit
field.
that one to
Canzone
right.
under it.
Canzone
And there's 2
makes
down.
the catch, throws it back in, and we've got 2 outs.
The batter, number 7.
Bobby Witt Jr. coming to the plate.
Go ahead run on base. Now here's Bobby Witt Jr. He is singled and he is fly to left. Strike 1.
This
Witt
game has
watches
been
that
so
one.
tight. Feels like the next team
In
to
5
score will win
seasons,
it.
Witt has amassed 112 homers.
High inside.
Ripped, but it
And that
goes
one
foul.
is fouled off to the third base side.
Low outside.
Caught him
And
looking
he
for
watches
the
that
catch.
one for strike 3. So
So 1 hit is all they get.
they get a
On
hit.
to the 5th, coming
That's
up.
it.
All tied,
And we're
1-1.
going to the bottom of the 5th. Still tied at 1. Yes, now the question for me is, can I get Castillo to 7 innings?
Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point.
Naylor.
He's not struck any of us out yet. Castillo's got 5. Castillo's also given up 6 hits too. So, yeah, that kind of doesn't exactly bode well for me. Naylor's at the
Back
fish,
to work. Hit
and he
weakly
hits
on the
that
ground.
on the ground to first.
Pasquantino
And that's
steps
out
on the
number
bag.
1.
1 pitch and 1 out.
Up next for the Mariners, the left fielder,
Rob
number
Refsnyder
30,
up next for the
Rob
Mariners.
Picked up an RBI in his
Rob
last at bat.
Refsnyder
Still
and an
their only run of
RBI
the game
double,
so far.
tying the game. Let's see what he can do here in the second at bat.
That one finds the zone,
Ooh, that one
and
was
that is
over
strike
for a
1.
strike.
These hitters are going to have to find
Refsnyder,
a way
a
to be
former
a little
5th
more
round pick
patient,
back
see
in
more pitches per at bat.
2012.
Otherwise, that bullpen's not going to have to work over there, and it's
was
going to
a
be advantage
changeup.
pitching all game long.
Strike 2.
That was a bad swing on my part.
Swing
And
and a pop-up. Foul
he pops
territory
this
for the
one up.
catcher.
Perez is going to make the
That's out
catch,
number 2.
and that's out number 2. So 2 quick outs here to the bottom of the 5th.
the designated hitter, Randy.
Now it's the
Randy
DH,
Rosarena.
Randy Rosarena. Popped out to left his first time.
Ooh, that one swung on a miss. Rosarena has 124 homers in his
Two
career
down,
so far.
nobody on. To third.
And he hits that one to third, and that will be out number
Over to
30.
first. They get the out.
5
of
innings
Rosarena.
in the books.
And the Mariners set down 1-2-3.
Score still tied at 1.
We played 5 full, tied at 1 aside. Back in Seattle. Close game here, and a chance now to look at a few highlights
we're not
from
gonna
this
look at the
one.
highlights.
Vinny
There's nothing really to look at.
will hit
Number
next.
So we're going to the 6th inning.
Slider.
Vinny
Middle center.
Pasquantino is up.
Tonight, his slider
It's over
has been
for
really
a strike.
impressive. I mean, tight spin. Seems like the hitters aren't picking it up
Four-seam
out of the hand.
fastball. Low inside.
In the
That
air to
one
left
is
center.
hit in the air.
Ref Snyder.
Ref Snyder coming in.
Pulls it down
Makes
and
the
he
catch.
makes the catch.
Out number 1.
Up next for the Royals, the catcher.
And now
number
it's
13,
Salvador Perez to the plate. 1 for 2.
Slider. Middle outside.
Right through there for a
It's
strike.
over for a strike.
Vulcan change. Low middle.
Perez, World Series MVP back in 2015.
Comes up empty. That's
Swung
strike
at that
2.
one.
Slider.
Count goes to 0-2.
Low outside.
0-2 count.
Swing
And
miss
swing
for
and
the
a miss.
strikeout.
Strike
And that's
3.
6 Ks
Perez
for him in
goes
this
down.
one.
Well, that slider down and away.
Castillo
It's just kind of a slow
racks up
gap,
his
but
6th
2 strikes
K.
you're looking to protect, and halfway to the plate, you
Four-seam
know you've
fastball.
committed,
High
and you
middle.
know you're going to have no chance of touching it. Tell you what, sometimes you just have to tip your cap.
Stepping in, Michael Massey. And a big
Messi
swing and a miss.
swings and misses. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts.
Four-seam fastball. High outside.
Looking to make it 3.
Right through there for a
And
strike.
over for a strike.
Sinker. Low outside.
That one
Brings
hit
it in for
the
the
nailer,
third out.
and that will be
Royals go
out
down
number
1, 2,
3.
3. Score remains deadlocked at 1.
Mastrobroni, Crawford, and Cal Raleigh coming to the dish for the bottom of the 6th inning.
Bottom of the 6th inning. And now for Seattle, Miles Mastrobuoni.
Miles Mastrobuoni.
Mastrobroni hitting 239.
Well, these Mariners
that's
definitely
It's
being
over
aggressive
for
at the
a ball.
plate, but I think it's fair to wonder if they're being
0
a
and
little
3
over-aggressive. It
with a
feels
K
like
in
it's been
his
one
last
first
game.
pitch out after another, and they've given up 8
that
outs on
one
the first pitch alone.
And it falls.
Hit for a blooper.
And they have their
And
first hit
Mastrobroni
since the
gets a
second
hit.
inning.
Look, I don't think that pitch would have been called a strike, but he did
batter,
such a nice
number
job of
3,
pulling his hands tight to the
shortstop,
body and just
JP
getting enough of the barrel on it to be
Crawford.
hard enough back up the middle for a knock.
We got a runner on, and J.P. Crawford coming to the dish.
Back to the top of the lineup, J.P. Crawford digs
Crawford
in
0 for 2.
now. And immediately pumps in a
He
strike
watches
to
that
the
one for a
left-handed hitter.
strike. He lined out and grounded out in his 2 appearances. Mastrobroni leads off of first.
The 0-1.
Crawford hits that on the ground to first.
Feed to second, that's 1. Not in
And
time at first.
they only
It's a
got
fielder's
1
choice.
as the
Well, had
throw
a chance of
back
turning
to
2
first
right there,
took
but I
him
don't
off.
think he got a good grip on the ball as he tried to transfer from glove to throwing hand. They say you can't assume a double
was
play. I
kind of
beg
a
to differ
bad
at the big league
throw.
level, but it's going to be ruled as a
The
fielder's
throw
choice.
to Witt
Go ahead,
was
run on base. Cal
Kinda-
Raleigh up next for the Mariners. Swung on.
Raleigh gets a hold of that one,
carrying.
and it's
You can
gone.
get
4:23, and the M's take a 3-1 lead as Cal Raleigh dumps his
One thing
10th
the pitcher
homer
didn't want to happen
over the
just
fence.
happened. That's not an easy one to stomach.
Woo! Raleigh puts the M's ahead with a 2-run homer.
With a low 90s
As
fastball, you
that
have to
one
live on the
just
edges and hit your spots. If you don't,
got
you'll get hit
launched.
hard. Really good
423
swing there.
feet.
Patient, waited for it.
106.6 the exit velo.
One down. Brendan
And
Donovan
Brendan
up next for the
Donovan's at the
Mariners.
dish. He is 0 for 2, and the M's have new life.
Oh, one.
Ahead
Part of the order
3-1
coming
here
through now, and with
as
one home
Donovan
run already in
0
this
for
inning,
2 with 2
they're definitely
grounders.
looking to do some more damage.
Looking to get a hit and help keep things moving.
This one in the
Donovan
near center
hits
field.
this one in the center, and Isbell comes in, makes the catch. That's 2 outs.
Up next for the Mariners, the right fielder.
And up
number
next
8,
for
Dominic
Seattle,
Canzone
Dominic
is
Canzone.
next.
Canzone.
He's 0 for 2.
Center
Canzone
field,
hits this one
Isbell
into
has
center.
a beat on
Isbell
And that
makes
is
the
that.
catch, and that's the final out. 6 innings in the
Two come
books.
in on this Seattle homer.
Cal Raleigh
It's now a 3-1
launches
ball
this
game.
one over the fence, and the M's are ahead 3-1.
Back at T-Mobile Park,
off to the Warriors,
Dominic
the right
coming in, and
fielder.
everything has
Castillo
been working out there
Sitting
again.
at 75
I mean, look
pitches
at
at
the
this point.
stats,
6
Siggy.
Ks,
Yeah, good
1
call.
run off of
Featuring
6
him to start
hits.
the broadcast, Boog.
So-
He's made us look pretty smart today,
Ooh,
and that's not always
let's see
easy.
how it goes.
Low middle.
Marte leading
Castillo
things
gets that
off
one
and
over.
takes a strike.
0-1.
Usually when a pitcher's had a dominant outing, he has filled up the strike zone, and he's gotten ahead in the count with first pitch strikes.
And that
Well,
one
that's
is
exactly
hit
what
to
this guy has done in
Mastrobuoni.
this
He
one.
throws it
Over
to Naylor,
70% first
and that's
pitch
out
strikes.
number 1.
Justin Naylor and the leadoff hitter set down to open the 7th.
Kyle Isbell.
Kyle
Kyle
Isbell
Isbell is up.
steps in for the Royals.
He doubled in his first appearance. He's 1 for 2.
Gets under it and pops it up.
Popped that one right to Raleigh,
The batter.
and all he had to
So
do
what
was
we're
take the
seeing
mask
is a
off.
lineup that's just out of sync with
Wow.
the pitcher. They're guessing wrong,
That
and
was,
their timing's off.
Jonathan India
Interesting.
steps in for the Royals.
Jonathan India had an RBI single back in the second, driving in
Four-seam
Kansas
fastball.
City's only run.
High middle.
And that
first
one
offering
is
is
fouled
fouled
off.
When a
Four-seam
guy's throwing a
fastball.
lot of first
Low
pitch
outside.
strikes as a hitter, you got to be ready to hit. Now, that's not going to help you get deep into his pitch count and into the
0-2.
bullpen, but you got to take what he's offering that day.
As we have now hit
Four-seam
80
fastball.
pitches.
Low inside.
The 81st pitch upcoming. And
High fly
India
ball,
hits
right
this
field.
one to right.
Canzone. drifts
Canzone
towards
comes
it,
in,
and that's
makes
the
the
third
catch,
out.
and on to the bottom of the 7th.
KC down in order.
Mariners
Score
up
holds,
3-1.
it's 3-1.
As we'll see Rodriguez, Naylor, and Refsnyder in the bottom of the 7th.
Now pitching for the
We're
Royals.
back in a new
And
pitcher
we have a new
here to
pitcher.
start the bottom of the 7th. John Schreiber.
John
He pitched
Schreiber
yesterday, and we'll see
making
him
his
once again.
15th appearance. He's 1-0 on the year, 16 2/3 innings, 3.78 ERA.
Here's the center fielder.
Not too
Julio
bad.
Rodriguez.
Julio
He's a guy who
Rodriguez
does it
coming
all.
up.
Julio
Rodriguez 1 for 2. As Schneider has a 5-pitch mix, so this should be fun.
Ball.
Activity in the
That
bullpen.
was a
Nick
sweeper.
Mears,
That one
a
missed.
right-hander with big strikeout
Nick
stuff.
Mears
is gonna
and
get fired
Steven
up.
Cruz are
getting
in the
loose as
bullpen.
well.
Speaking of bullpens, I think I will probably look at mine once we get to the 8th inning.
On the ground to
And
the
that
left.
one is grounded to third.
To first,
That will be
and they
out
get the
number
leadoff
1.
hitter in the 7th. And now it's Josh Naylor.
Josh Naylor is up.
Number
He's
12.
0 for 2. Now, matter of fact, I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and get to my bullpen early. We're going to stretch and toss Munoz And I'm gonna warm up Ferreira. Just as a possibility. In case something happens. Naylor is up. He's 0 for 2.
Foul ball.
And that one is fouled off. And Naylor gets a hold of that one. Hits it in the center, but Isbell makes the catch, and that is the second out.
Up next for the Mariners, the left fielder, number 30,
Rob Refsnyder up next for the Mariners.
Refsnyder.
Royals are 9.5 games back. Damn. Refsnyder hits that one through the infield for a single, and the inning continues.
Up next for the Mariners, the designated hitter,
As we will see Randy Arozarena.
Mariners. Arozarena really
Arozarena had a good April.
Season here
230, 5 homers, 16 RBIs. Hoping to start May off with a good one. Start May off on a good run, but he's 0 for 2 so far. Arozarena hits that one to third, and that will be out number 3. 7 innings in the books.
Third out, and that ends the frame.
M's are still up 3-1 as we go to the 8th.
3-1.
Lofton, Garcia, and Bobby Witt Jr. will come to the plate.
Back in Seattle, we go to the 8th. Nick Lofton steps in for the Royals.
You know what? I'm gonna save Ferreira just in case, and we're gonna swap Munoz to warm me up.
High outside. 4-seam fastball. Low outside. 4-seam fastball. Low outside.
And
that one's fouled off. Count is 0-1.
It's so important to get ahead of these hitters. You don't want to issue a free pass and allow that tying run to come to the plate. You always want to keep that other team in a position where if they're going to beat you, they're going to have to do it with multiple hits.
That one is hit to right. Canzone comes in, makes the out, and that's out number 1.
Up next to the Royals, the third baseman.
Back to the top of the order, and now
Michael Garcia is up. He's 0 for 3
in this one.
Some hitters are just more confident they can track that first pitch out of the hand of the pitcher. They don't care if they fall behind 0-1.
Slayer, low outside.
And that one's
fouled off. Count goes to 0-2.
The Mariners leading by 2, and we're at the top of the 8th.
4-seam fastball, low outside.
Fights it
that
off.
One is fouled off. Count will continue.
Middle outside.
The 0-2.
And that's strike 3. Garcia goes down swinging. That was strikeout number 7, and Bobby Witt Jr. will come to the plate. He's 1 for 3 with a single and a stolen base.
You don't walk anyone. You're demonstrating that you have the confidence in your abilities to truly go right after opposing batters.
One's over for a strike.
And watches strike 1.
Low inside.
0-1.
Right through there for
over, strike 2.
Both pitches on the inside part of the plate. Hitter is thinking, I don't want to get beat here. This is a good time for something off speed or away.
Here comes the slider from Castillo. And that's strike 3. Witt goes down looking. We're going to the 9th inning.
And it remains a 3-1
Mariners. Or we're going to the bottom of the 8th. I'm sorry. Mariners are up 3-1. Here in Seattle. And Nick Mears will come to the bump. He'll make his 13th appearance, 15 1/3 innings, 2.93 ERA. He's giving up 200 to lefties, 143 to right-handers. Miles Mastrobuoni is coming to the dish. He is 1 for 2.
Nope. Ball
That
one.
one misses for a ball. 25,402 are in attendance tonight.
Mears
over for
in
a
his
strike.
5th season,
1-1.
years old, and they went out and made a trade for him last season.
That
In the
one
air to left center.
is hit
Witt
into
gets
left
under
center.
it.
Witt's going to chase
there's
it
one
down,
down.
and makes the catch for out number 1.
The batter, number 3, shortstop, J.P.
J.P. Crawford is up next, and then Cal Raleigh will follow.
So up next, J.P. Crawford.
Crawford looking for his first hit tonight. He is 0 for 3.
Right side.
And he hit
Pasquantino.
that one to Pasquantino. That one
Fires
is
in
going to
time.
be an out, and unfortunately Crawford is going to go 0 for 4. Cal Raleigh is up.
Now the Mariners catcher, Cal
And
Raleigh, back in the 6th. He drove a 2-run
he
shot
drove
out of
this
here to
shot
help them get the lead they're working with.
Yeah,
over the
definitely one of
fence
bigger
in the
moments
6th
this
inning
game so
and
far, and it could be one we look
gave
back on when
Seattle
this game is
their
over as
current
well.
3-1 lead. As Raleigh is 1 for 3 on the day.
A little out
And-
front
ooh.
there as he swings through it.
Got him over that 12-6 curve. Raleigh looking for something.
Just
That
missed.
one misses for a ball count,
Two down,
even at 1.
nobody on. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning.
So Mears throws a fastball, slider, and a 12-6 curve.
Swung on.
And Raleigh launches his second homer, increasing the lead to 4-1, and that one was 416 feet.
His second home run of the game, and they boost their lead. It's
His 11th on the
4-1.
year, exit velo
And that shot makes their grip on the
104.9.
lead even tighter.
Woo! Damn! Wow, Cal Raleigh launched that one, and Seattle is now ahead 4-1.
Well, he's living up to his power-hitting reputation today, Boog. A second homer just confirms what we already knew about his ability to hit the
Raleigh
ball. along.
launched that one. That one, like the first one, was a no-doubter. It was just, where was it going to land? And it landed well. 416.
So 2
Woo.
down, and now for Seattle.
Brendan Donovan's at the dish. Donovan's 0 for 3. And
That
he
one hammered
drills
center
this one to
field.
center.
That's back there.
Isbell looking at this one. It's gone too. 410 feet.
They do it again. Back-to-back homers. And they add a run.
Donovan
It's
hits his
5-1.
third. Exit velo of 102.9.
For sure.
And the M's are cruising 5-1. Yeah, I don't think, I'm not going to need Castillo. Castillo can take the night off.
Always a special feeling at the
Hell, I
ballpark,
think Ferreira
especially
can
if
take
it's
the
your
night
team
off,
that does
too.
it, and those guys get to slap
God
hands at home plate.
damn.
This is the kind of thing that can really
Back-to-back
fire up the ballpark.
homers. Back-to-back shots of over 400
Pitching
feet.
change in this spot.
And
Nick
Mears is
done for the
gone.
night. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm
They
on the
said
mound.
bye. They told Mears, come here, you done. We're going to stick a fork in you. You're done. Like, let's just go. So Mears is
So
off,
the Royals bring on a new arm.
and Steven Cruz is coming in
And he's
to
been
make
racking
his
up
14th
strikeouts
appearance.
at a
He's
high
1-0
rate
with
this
a
year.
hold.
Typically at least
15
one
and
an inning,
2/3
so
inning
he'll
pitch.
be
He
tough
has
to
an
get to.
8.62 ERA. So that could be something.
Now it's the right fielder.
But he's
Dominic
only
Canzone.
facing, well, one batter right now, and that's Dominic Canzone. And
And first
Canzone
offering
fouled
is
that one
fouled
off. Cruz has a four-seamer, a cutter, and a slider. So he's a three-piece mix. And that one is hit on the ground to Pasquantino. He makes the tag to the bag. 8 innings done.
Just 2 pitches
5-1.
to finish the frame out of the bullpen. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. Last chance coming
Raleigh
up for the
and
Royals.
Donovan go deep. 400 feet each.
Welcome back as we take a look at their upcoming schedule.
Royals finishing 2 here in the Mariners. They will head home, play 4 against the Guardians before starting a weekend series against the Tigers on Friday.
Slider. Middle inside.
So we're going to go ahead. We're going to make some changes to the bullpen. Munoz is going to go sit down. And Ferreira, we're going to keep him. I'm going to keep him up.
4-seam fastball. High outside.
Just in case it takes more than 10 pitches
Four-seam
to get out of
fastball.
this inning.
High outside.
Pasquantino.
That one's over for a strike.
Low middle.
And that
I mean,
one's
his
fouled
pitch
off. Count
efficiency,
is
ability to
0-2.
get ahead in the count.
Low
At times pitch to
outside.
contact, let the defense work behind him. That's why he's still in the game here in the 9th inning.
Line
And
drive.
that one is
And a
lined
base
into
hit.
the left
And the
field.
leadoff
Ref
man
Schneider
aboard.
throws it back in.
As a
And we have a
pitcher, it just
leadoff
feels like
single.
you can't hide from this guy because no matter what, he can punish you, even if the pitch is outside the strike zone.
Salvador Perez is
Salvador
up
Perez
next.
Low middle.
steps in for the Royals.
Struck out on just
Sinker.
3 pitches last
Low
time.
middle.
That one
He
is
swings and fouls
fouled
one
off.
4-seam fastball. High outside.
Here's the 0-1. You just don't see it that much anymore. A guy being this efficient and getting this deep into the game.
I wonder if he's going to be able to close it out. There's just something about that 9th inning. But being at
Vulcan
under
change.
100 pitches,
Low
he's still
inside.
got plenty of fuel left in the tank.
That one
In the dirt.
missed.
To
And
second.
that one, he's going to
Not
move
gonna
up.
Get him. He's in there. So
And
a wild pitch allows the runner
wild
to
pitch.
advance.
Definitely trying to work down
Pasquantino
and get that
moves
double
up,
play ball, but it
and-
got away enough to erase any chance of that. Good
Four-seam
job of
fastball.
moving up in the
Low
scoring
inside.
position. Now a hit could make that wild pitch really sting.
Sets him down.
Got
on
him.
strike.
Perez down on
Strikeout
K.
for the first out here in the ninth.
Well, he's
His
gonna have
ninth
some thinking to
strikeout
do when he
tonight.
leaves the ballpark after this one. That was his 3rd strikeout, and this one working, obviously. So he's been a little overmatched. He's got to find a way just to be more competitive up there at the plate.
Massey.
It's
in the
over
box
for a
now,
strike.
takes
Massey
strike one.
says, I don't know.
Thought that one
So he taps the
missed.
helmet.
Here comes the challenge.
And
Good eye at the
he was
plate.
right.
They'll overturn the call.
Count
So they've
goes to
still got
1-0.
both their challenges.
4-seam fastball. Middle inside.
Man at second. Swing and he popped it
And
up.
that one is popped to
Donovan
third.
settles
Donovan
under it.
comes over,
Takes
makes
it
the
in for
catch.
out.
That is out number 2. So we got 2 outs. Castillo is 1 hitter away from pitching the shutout. Or, I'm sorry, the complete game.
So it's their last chance in this one. Starling Marte.
He's just hit
steps
100
in for the
pitches.
Royals. Right through there
That
for a
one's
strike.
over for a strike.
This isn't a pitcher that softens up when he starts to show signs of fatigue. I mean, his stuff stays sharp. Makes these at-bats more difficult than they normally would be against
Ooh,
other
that
pitchers
one's
at this
over.
stage of the
Strike
game.
2. So we got an 0-2 count.
Low outside.
Here comes the final pitch.
This could end it.
And Marte launches this one to left. Ref Schneider
Should have
says,
this one.
I got it. And the Mariners
Take this
walk
series
away with
opener
game
here
1
at
victory,
home.
5-1
Seemed like from the first
over
pitch
the
of this ball game,
Royals.
this guy was going to keep
Luis
it going.
Castillo
When they started
goes
the
9
game,
innings,
he threw a complete game
gives
to
up
get
just the
victory.
1 run,
An excellent
struck
job
out
of continuing
10.
to just throw what the catcher put down. He navigated through this ball
And
game. A
Kansas
jam here, a
City.
jam there, but ultimately it was an outstanding
Michael
outing.
Walker with his 4th loss on the year. Castillo with his 3rd win of the year. He is 3-1. Mariners take the first game of this 3-game series, 5-1. See some of the highlight. That was a beautiful catch. I hate it because it would have been a 2-run homer, but that was a beautiful catch. Raleigh and then Donovan, back-to-back homers, man. Raleigh's homer right there. And then the catch there by Rush Snyder at the end. 5-1. Mariners get the victory. Castillo goes 9, gives up 7 hits. Sorry, he had 9 strikeouts, not 10. He allowed 1 run. Walker goes 6 innings, gives up 4 hits, allows 3 runs. Raleigh was named player of the game, 2 for 4, 2 homers, 3 RBIs. M's win 5-1. Okay, so we got game 2 coming up. Sorry about that. Game 2 coming up. Chris Bubick versus George Kirby. That is game number 2 in this series. And we will be going quick manage. I'll be going quick manage. Again, like with the series against the Twins, if the game is close in the 7th inning, I might join in and just see what happens. If it's, we'll kind of see. So we're wearing our Northwest green uniforms. I like that. All right, so George Kirby is going to start. You know what? I'm going to make some changes here. So Randy Arozarena is going to play left field. I'm sorry. Randy Arozarena is going to play in left. We're going to give Dominic Canzone the day off because he's been hitting like dog shit. And we're going to let Victor Robles be the DH. Everybody else looks pretty good. If they want me to make any changes, I will, but I don't think so. I might put Rivas at short if they want me to, but I don't think they will. So let's see. So Cole Young is going to be playing second. Because we have the lefty Bubick playing today. Let's see. 51 and 45. Okay. Rivas hits better against lefties, though, than Young. Yeah. Let's see. 68. What we're gonna put Rivas at second today instead of Young. It just sounds like a better idea. Crawford hits 70s against left. Same numbers, not big of a deal, so it's fine. Let's see. Not yet, that's fine. Alright, let's get this started.
Save! Out! Out! You're out! 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 You're out!
So 4 innings in the books, 3 hits in total, and nothing's across. I spoke too soon. The Royals get a run across as Jonathan India scores on a Michael Massey single to center. M's answer with 3 runs in the bottom of the inning. It is 3-1. J.P. Crawford walked. Brendan Donovan came around to score. Cal Raleigh. Oh, Jesus. So, oh, wow. Okay, so there were three walks. So Crawford walked, Donovan scored. Raleigh walks, Rosarena scores, and then Rodriguez walks, and Rivas scores. Damn. All right. So we got 3-1, top of the 6th inning.
You're out. Out.
6-1 now as they put up 3 more in the inning. A 3-run homer from Victor Robles. Donovan, Robles, and Rosarena score. Nick Mears comes in and finishes out the inning. Damn. So we're going to the 7th. M's are up 6-1.
Out. You're out.
Still 6-1, top of the 8th.
Out.
All right, bottom of the 8th inning.
Out.
6-1. Kirby. That's the top of the 9th. Perez, Isbell, and India coming to the plate. Perez homers. It is 6-2. Isbell is up next, and then India would follow. Isbell singles. We're going to go ahead and pull Kirby out. We're going to have Ferreira come in and finish this out.
Now pitching for the Mariners, number 45, Jose Ferrer.
Ferreira gets India to strike out. Massey strikes out. And Lofton pops out. Game is over. M's wins 6-2. George Kirby goes 8, gives up 7 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned. 1 walk, 7 Ks, and then the homer. Bubic gives up the loss. Kirby with the victory. Royals had 7 hits. Lofton and Tolbert did not have a hit. Tolbert had a walk, and that was it. Bubic goes 4 1/3. 4 innings, 3 runs, all of them earned, 4 Ks, 2 strikeouts. Steven Cruz goes 2/3 of an inning, gives up 1 hit, 3 runs, 2 walks, and a K. Nick Mears goes an inning, strikes out 2 and walks 1. And then Stephen Kolick goes 2, gives up a hit, strikes out 1. And then Kirby goes 8, gives up 7 hits, 2 runs, a walk, and 7 Ks. Ferreira pitches the 9th, strikes out 2. And the M's are ahead in the series, 2-0 as, as the Mariners win 8-2, or no, 6-2, I'm sorry. So we're going into game 3. Bryce Miller versus Noah Cameron. Miller 3-1, Cameron 2-2. For this one, I'm going to set a specific scenario, and I know what the scenario is gonna be for. I want to enter in the 7th inning. So what we're going to do is we're going to just quick send this to the 7th. And then I'm just going to jump in the 7th inning. So we are wearing the Alt Steelheads uniforms. But looking pretty cool. I don't think I've seen those yet. So Bryce Miller versus Noah Cameron. So we're going to put Robles in left for Canzone, take him out. And unless they want me to pull somebody else, which maybe they do, I don't know. Nope. So here we go.
You're out. Out. Out.
So the M's get 3 in the second. Josh Naylor hits a 2-run homer, and then Randy Arozarena comes around on a Victor Robles double to center.
You're out. Out. Safe.
It is 4-0. They score again. Crawford grounded out to Pasquantina, and Donovan came in and scored on the play.
Out.
We're in the bottom of the 6th.
Out.
And we're up still 4-0. I'm going to jump in here in the top of the 7th and just play the rest of this out. Bryce Miller is still on the mound. We will see how many pitches he has
John
thrown as
Shabby
we enter
alongside Chris Singleton.
inning
Thanks
number
for
7.
joining us. We're in the 7th with nobody out.
So we're up 4-0.
Vinny Pasquantino.
Bryce Miller has 71 pitches at this point.
Low outside.
That misses the zone.
Missed for a ball.
And that is ball 1.
Well, these Royals just aren't putting great swings on the baseball in this one. Just one extra base hit for them. So
that one hit the third. Donovan throws it from his knees, and that is out number 1.
Fully extended there in front of the
Wow.
shortstop to make the grab. Up with it,
Donovan
then a
just
strong, accurate throw
says,
across the
"Give me
diamond
that."
to complete this highlight
And
play.
then chunks it across the diamond for out number 1.
And now it's Salvador Perez to the plate.
Salvador Perez
And it finds
hit that
its
one
way
up
through
the
for
middle
a
and gets the
And
hit.
that's a 1-out single.
Up next to the Royals, the center fielder.
And now it's Kyle Isbell.
High
1
inside.
for 2.
Four-seam fastball. High inside.
This one
And
popped
that
up,
one
foul
is
ground,
popped
first
up.
base
Raleigh
side.
walks this,
Brings
chases
it
this
in.
one down
Taylor
and gets
Sudan.
out number 2.
Up next to the
And
Royals,
here's a look at how
the
he's
right
using his
fielder,
pitches in
number
this one.
16, Starling
So using all of his pitches.
Marquez.
Here's Starling
only-
Marte.
Marte is 1 for 2 with a triple.
Low outside.
Swing and a miss.
Swung on a miss.
That's strike
Sinker.
1.
Low inside.
Swings through that.
Swing and a
Quickly in an
miss.
0-2 count, you got to figure out a way to shorten your path to the baseball. Put it in play somewhere, then you got a chance.
In the
And
air
that
to left
one
center.
is hit the
Robles
left.
on his way
Robles
over.
comes over,
And that is
makes the
that.
catch.
Royals
We're going to
lead
the
one.
bottom of the
They trail
7th.
it here,
M's
4-0.
up 4-0.
Now pitching for the
We're
Royals,
back in a new pitcher here to
number
start the bottom of the
38,
7th.
Ryan
Number 38.
Berger.
And this could be a tough first test
Ryan
for him right here.
Berger
His numbers against
is
lefties
coming
are
up.
great this season.
J.P.
Back
Crawford
to the
is
top of
at
the
the
order.
dish. He
Here's
is
the
0
Mariners'
for
leadoff
3.
man, J.P. Crawford. Lined
Crawford
in the left center. Base
lines
hit.
this one to the left center, and he gets his first hit of the day.
Good start to the inning.
Up next for the Mariners, the
Cal
catcher,
Raleigh digs in
Cal
now.
Raleigh
0 for
is
3.
up.
A fly out, a
He
ground out, and a
is
strikeout.
0 for 3 on the day.
Swings over the
Ooh,
top of that one.
missed. So the Diamondbacks have designated Michael Soroka for assignment, effectively releasing him.
Now the 0-1.
And
Yeah,
that
there's a
one's
foul
fouled
ball.
off. Count goes to 0-2. Crawford leads off at first. Nobody
Here's
out.
the 0-2. And a foul ball. He
And
stays
that one
alive.
is foul balled. So this Tuesday will be Cinco de Mayo. Interesting.
This one
And
in the air,
that
center
one
field.
is hit into
Isbell
center.
under it.
Isbell will make
And
the
there's
catch,
one down.
and that will be out number 1. So we got 1 out, bottom of the 7th.
For the Mariners, the right fielder, number 30.
One out man at first.
Rob
Rob
Refsnyder is up. He
next
is
for the
1 for
Mariners.
3 on the day
1
with
for
a
3.
single.
Out to short.
Refsnyder hits at the short.
To second. There's
Witt
one.
gets the throw to
first.
second,
Save.
but they don't get Refsnyder, so the inning will
Aggressive try
continue.
at second base, but it was legal. I like it because you're trying to break up the double play, and it looked like the slide impacted the throw a little bit. Nice job by the
Not
pitcher.
really.
And
Refsnyder
now
was
it's Julio
moving.
Rodriguez. This guy is one of the best
Julio
athletes in the
Rodriguez,
sport.
2 for 3 on the day. And
Line drive
Rodriguez
gets a base hit
launches
out of
this
left
one
center field.
into left field, and Refsnyder holds up
And
at
holds the
second.
lead runner at second.
Runners
2
at
on
first
now
and second.
with
2
2
outs.
Here's Josh Naylor.
Josh
He's already
Naylor
homered here
comes
in
to
this
the
one.
dish. He is 1 for 3 with a homer.
On
And
a
Naylor
line.
hits this one, and it's moving.
Flashes the leather
And
on the running
Isbell
catch.
makes the
And
catch.
that ends the inning.
7 innings
A
in the
couple of
books.
hits in the inning, but they can't
4-0
get him home. We look ahead to inning
M's.
number 8. It's the Mariners
As
4
it'll be
and
Massey,
the Royals
India,
nothing.
and Tolbert.
This is Mariners baseball
coming to
on
the
the
dish.
show Northwest. Welcome back as we take a look at their upcoming
We have
schedule.
the 3-game homestand here against the Braves. Then we got three in Chicago and 4 in Houston. So that should be fun.
Four-seam fastball. Low outside.
Massey,
Ball.
the leadoff
That
batter,
one's
as he
over
looks at
for a
ball
ball.
1.
31,575 in
Sinker.
attendance.
Low middle.
At this point, I don't think we're going to be touching the bullpen.
In this situation, you
one's
expect the
over
batters
for
to
a
be a little
strike.
more patient,
1-1.
possibly take until they get a
Four-seam
strike.
fastball.
With that,
Low
you don't want to
inside.
miss your opportunity to get ahead early in the count. He didn't right there.
Line drive.
And that one is hit to center. Rodriguez comes on, makes the catch, and that is out number 1 to start inning number 8.
Jonathan India at
Jonathan
the plate.
India, 0 for 2.
Four-seam fastball. High middle.
In the air, right field.
And that one
Refsnyder
is hit to right
under it.
field. Refsnyder
Takes it in
makes
for
the
the
catch.
out.
That is out number 2.
Up next for the Royals, the left fielder, number 2.
Here's the left fielder, Tyler Tolbert.
Tyler Tolbert is up. He's
Four-seam
0 for 2
fastball.
with 2
Outside.
Ks. And
Up the
that
middle,
one is
and
hit
that
back
one
up the
finds
middle.
its way through.
That will
So
be
a
a
two-out knock
single.
keeps the inning alive.
And the inning continues as we go back to the top of the order.
Timing on the swing was good, able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but
Michael
that's a good
Garcia
approach
is
paying
up.
off.
Garcia stands
Watches
in
that
now
one for
and
the K.
watches strike 1.
So 0 for 2 with a walk. 1 for 2 with a double in the series.
Splitter.
1 for
Low
10,
middle.
I'm sorry.
Splitter. Low middle.
Here's the 0-1. Comes up
That
empty.
one
That's
swung on
strike
and
2.
missed.
Man, that's
0-2.
just a nasty splitter. Bottom falls out of it. You don't see a lot of guys throw that these days, but I tell you what, he's
And
got
that
a good
one's
one.
fouled off.
Splitter.
Tolbert off
Low
of first with
outside.
2 away. Fights that one away, and the count remains
That
0-2.
one's fouled.
Knuckle curve. Low outside.
Ooh, this ought to be fun. Got him!
Looking.
Strike 3 looking. We go to the bottom of the 8th. M still up 4-0.
You're watching Mariners baseball on the show Northwest. On to the bottom of the 8th. And stepping in for the Mariners, Brendan Donovan.
Donovan is up. He's hitting .315. He's 2 for 2 on the day.
Puts it in the air.
And
Out
he's
towards
about to
left
be 2 for
center.
3 as he's going to hit that to left center. And that's going to
Takes
be
it in
caught
for
by
the
Tolbert
out. One down.
for the first out.
Up next for the Mariners. The
Now it's Randy Arozarena.
Randy Arozarena. He is 1 for 3, 3 for 9 in the series.
Hit on the
And
ground to short.
Arozarena hits that to Witt. Witt throws
Tosses
it
to
first,
first.
and
They
that
get
is
the out
out
on
number
Arozarena.
2.
Up next for the Mariners. The left fielder, number 10, Victor.
2 down, bases
Victor
empty.
Robles,
Here's
1 for
Victor
2 with an
Robles.
RBI double back in the second inning. And
Swing and a
Robles
base hit.
hits that one in the left field.
And that keeps the inning alive.
Inning continues.
The batter, number 2, second baseman, Cole.
So digging
As
in,
Cole Young comes
for
to the
3 in
plate.
this one.
He is 0 for 3. And that is going to be out number 3 as he's going to pop that one up.
And that is that.
Perez makes the catch, and 8 innings are gone.
Looks like
Kansas
he's heading
City
back out for the 9th as he'll go for the
is
shutout
looking
when we
for the
get back.
shutout. The M's are looking for the shutout. It'll be Witt, Pasquantino.
Back at T-Mobile
Leading up for
Park,
Kansas City,
we go to the
shortstop,
9th. Bobby Witt Jr. steps in for the Royals.
Bryce Miller.
I mean, his
Only
pitch
at
efficiency,
88 pitches.
ability to get ahead in the count, at times pitch to contact, let the defense work behind him. That's why he's still in the game here in the 9th inning.
Right through there for a
Runs
strike.
over for
You
a
just
strike.
don't see it that much anymore. A guy being this efficient and getting this deep into the game.
I wonder if he's going to
That
be able
one
to close it
is
out.
hit
It's
through
just
the
something
infield.
about that 9th inning, but being at under
And
100 pitches,
Witt
he's still
Jr.
got plenty of
is
fuel left in
on
the tank.
with a single.
Up next for the Royals, the first baseman, number 9, Vinny.
Man at first. So up now for Kansas City, Vinny Pasquantino.
We're going to warm
When
up
the leadoff man
Andres
gets on, you want
Munoz
to
just in
minimize the threat
case.
by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can roll him up for 2.
Pasquantino 0 for 3 with a fly out and a line out.
Four-seam fastball. Low inside.
The 0-1. And there's a strike.
After that one for strike 2.
The Royals down by 4 here at the top of the 9th. Struck him out.
And he watches that one. Strike 3.
Strikeout for the first
That
out
will be
here in
his
the
6th strikeout tonight.
Salvador Perez. The next
Salvador
to hit.
Perez 1 for 3.
Four-seam fastball. High outside.
That clips the
That
corner.
one's over
He's been
for a
very
K.
consistent with his command out there on the mound, consistently throwing
Four-seam
at the
fastball.
knees. Pretty impressive when a guy can repeat his delivery like this.
Foul
And
ball.
that one is fouled off.
Four-seam
Man at
fastball.
first, one away.
High inside.
And another foul ball.
Four-seam fastball. Middle outside.
Swings.
And he swings and misses. Perez goes down. Seventh K.
He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back
Kyle
strikeouts. So
Isbell is
they
up.
haven't been
He
able
is
to see
1
that
for
runner
3.
up, get him into scoring position, and try to have a better chance of scoring. I tell you, good job so far on the mound. He just needs
Isbell.
one more out.
Isbell in the box now.
Is
No
that
balls
one?
and a strike. Off the mark there.
Ooh, that one misses for a ball.
Splitter. Low middle.
That's ball 2.
Oh, 2-1.
Four-seam fastball. Middle outside.
They're down to their
Swing
final
and
strike.
a miss.
So impressive
Count
how
evens
the
at 2.
velo is still there, even this deep into the outing.
Splitter. Low middle.
2-2 count. 2 outs. And he swings and misses. Mariners
The ball game.
It has become increasingly difficult to
pick up the win. Bryce Miller throws a complete game.
Offensive prowess that these hitters are showing around the league today, but he
Throws
has
a
total
complete
command
game
of this
shutout.
game, and he saw it all the way through to
Wins
the
it
end.
4-0. Miller moves to 4-1. Noah Cameron is 2-3. Mariners get the 3-game sweep over the Royals here from T-Mobile Park. Cameron goes 3 innings, gives up 7 hits, strikes out 1, walks 2, gives up all 4 runs. Interesting. Miller goes 9 innings, gives up 5 hits, strikes out 8, walks 1, gives up no earned runs. Miller was also named player of the game. Alright, so Mariners complete the 3-game sweep over Kansas City, winning 3 in a row. And we will head on to Atlanta. We will welcome the Atlanta Braves for a 3-game series. Logan Gilbert versus Chris Sale will be game 1. Game 2 will be Brian Wu versus Ronaldo Lopez. And Game 3, Luis Castillo and Spencer Strider. This could be interesting. Sale is undefeated. He is 4-0. Gilbert is 3-2. Lopez is 0-4, and Wu is 1-4. And then Strider is 3-3, while Castillo is 3-1. Fuck! I don't know why the fuck that happened. Alright, so let's see. The Diamondbacks have just called up AJ Puck to the majors. And they've called up Corbin Burns as well. Interesting. Luke Raley is going to be on the IL with a lat muscle strain for the AAA club. He was on there. He's not on there anymore. All right, give me 1 second. Okay, so we got a 3-game series coming up. It will be the Atlanta Braves 18-17 versus the Seattle Mariners, who are 21-14. M's have a 5-game lead over the Astros. So let's see here. In the National League East, the Marlins have a 2-game lead over the Phillies, a 2.5-game lead over the Braves, 4-game lead over the Mets, and a 6.5-game lead over the Nationals. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Alright, so we will... So my, let's see here, hang on 1 second. Let me take a look at the trade hub here. Let's see. So according to trade rumors, the Rays could use an upgrade at right field and are targeting players in that trade. The Guardians could use an upgrade at starting pitcher, and the Royals are shopping Chris Bubic. Emilio Pagan is apparently a candidate to be traded by the White Sox, and the Giants are considering a trade to improve their depth at left field. For us, we do have trade positions that we are looking at. We are looking at second, short, and right field. We do have trade targets in Tyler O'Neill, Nathan Lukes, Xavier Edwards, and Mason Wynn. I don't know. I haven't done anything with this new trade system yet, so I don't know exactly what's going to work here or how it's going to go. Right now, they're saying that there could be a bidding war for left fielders, which could lead to high prices. And there seems to be an abundance of starting pitchers that are on the trade market, which could make trading for a starting pitcher easier. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes because I'm interested. Right now I don't know who I would want to put on my trade block because I just don't know. My untouchables right now are Cal Raleigh, Julio Rodriguez, Ryan Sloan, and Cade Anderson. I might put one of the pitchers on the trade block, but to me right now it's a little too early. I want to fill these guys out, but I do know that I want to figure something out for the positions that I have. Well, let's see. Okay, so let's go ahead and just roll back to the beginning. So the Reds and the Twins pulled off a trade. The Twins acquired Sam Moll, Jose Trevino, Garrett Hampson, and their closer from the Reds for C.J. Culpepper, Brandon Wincor, and Emmanuel Rodriguez. And then the Giants and the Reds made a deal. Brady Singer went from the Reds to the Giants for center fielder Dakota Jordan. And then a trade that was just made on the 3rd, Kyle Isbell has been shipped out from the Royals. He is on his way to the Phillies. The Phillies are sending back starting pitcher Sean Youngerman. So that might explain why Chris Bubick is on the trade block. Interesting. Very interesting. So Tom Murphy was signed back in March by the Marlins on a 1-year deal. Eric Yang was signed by the Braves. Matthew Nelson was signed by the Nationals. And Rob Brantley was signed by the Rockies. Interesting. There's been a lot of movements, promotions, and so the Rockies designated Antonio Sensatella for assignment. Phillies designated Zach Pop for assignment. Rays promoted Dean Moss to Double-A, and then Homer Bush Jr. moved up from Double-A to Triple-A. Pedro Leon was optioned to Triple-A by the Phillies. Ethan Conrad was moved up to Double-A by the Cubs. The Diamondbacks promoted Oscar Marcedo from Double-A to Triple-A. Daniel Egan moved up from High A to Double-A. Drew Jones moved up from high A to double A Amarillo, and Yasel Soler moved up from high A to double A for the Rockies. Diamondbacks, sorry. The Rockies, let's see, Griff Herring moved up to triple A Albuquerque. Wow. He moved up, oh, okay, never mind, I'm sorry. He moved up from double A to triple A. My head. Vinny Montgomery moved up from double A to triple A. Ethan Hedges moved up from double A to triple A as well. Rodley Brito moved up from high A to double A. Wilder Dallas moved up from high A to double A, and Max Belliol moved up from high A to double A as well. Damn. That is interesting. That's a lot of movement. So we want us to win the division, and then by the end of the contract, win a league pennant. So, okay. All right, so let's get into it. Game. All right, let's. You know what? Okay. You know what? I know I said I was going to try and do 6. I honestly did not. I'm gonna take a little break for now. I will be back probably later this afternoon, maybe, and we'll do the 3-game series against the Braves. I just need a break for right now. I'm sorry. Anyway, we'll be back later today with the 3-game series against the Braves here on MLB The Show with your Seattle Mariners.